All rise. Judge Vanderbeek Court now in session. Judge, this is case number JVB 1001, Cooper versus Johnson.
Thank you.
Sir.
You all may be seated. Okay, Mr. Cooper, you brought this case before the court. What's going on?
Yes, Your Honor. I brought this case to court because I'd like to put myself on child support.
How often do you hear about someone asking to be put on child support? Well, that's exactly what Mr. Cooper is doing, and not because he's trying to avoid responsibility. In fact, it's the only way he can get time with his own children from the start. This case takes an unexpected turn. Most parents try to stay off the child support radar, but this dad is actively pursuing it. That alone tells you there's more going on here than just money. Is this about fairness? Or is it someone using the system to get even? When a parent willingly takes on financial obligations just for the right to see their kids, it's a clear sign of desperation, and maybe a sign that something more troubling is happening behind the scenes.
More often.
So you're putting yourself on child support to see your kids more often?
Yes, Amanda Johnson, my ex, has made it difficult lately for me to see my kids. I thought that if I was on child support, it might be easier to have some kind of scheduled time that I can actually see my children.
Okay, when you say she's been making it difficult lately, what types of things has she been doing?
She's been rescheduling when I come to pick them up. She's said that she's too busy and that I can't hang out with them on the weekends. She's just generally made it tough for me to see my kids.
Okay. Why have you made it tough for him to see his kids?
Your Honor, my ex-boyfriend has a new girlfriend and I do not like her. I do not like her being around my children. I think she's a terrible influence on my kids. And I know that if I give them more time with him, it's going to...
Get ready, because here's the real story behind all the drama. Amanda admits she's keeping the kids from their dad, not because he's done anything harmful, but simply because she doesn't like his new fiancé. There's been no abuse, no neglect, just a personal dislike. And to top it off, the couple's only been engaged for 3 months. That's it. Amanda isn't just being petty. She's using the legal system to block her kids from spending time with their father, all because of how she feels about his new partner. Is this really about protecting the children? Or is it jealousy in disguise? You decide.
And her, and I do not approve of that whatsoever.
Okay, so you're mad because he doesn't want to be with you and moved on? That's what you're saying?
No, I'm mad because he has only been dating this woman for 3 months. Now suddenly they're engaged. I think she's a terrible person and I don't want my children to be around her. This is about the well-being of my children.
This is about the well-being of your children, but you don't like her? Do you even know her?
I have met her one time.
It's a yes or a no. Have you even met her before?
Technically, yes, I have met her before.
Okay, so you met her one time.
I know people who are friends with her. I've seen her.
You know,
on
I'm not going to do this tap dancing back and forth with you. You're going to answer my question when it's very direct. So you've met her one time.
Yes, ma'am.
And based on that one time of meeting her, you believe she's a bad influence on your children?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, no, we're not doing that today.
Now here's where things really heat up. Judge Von Ab isn't buying it. Amanda's credibility takes a serious blow when it comes out that she's only met the fiancé once, yet already decided she's not fit to be around the kids. That's not motherly concern. That's pure speculation. The judge starts digging deeper, and suddenly Amanda's so-called concerns start looking a lot more like personal resentment. If you've ever seen someone hide bitterness behind the label of protection, this is it, playing out right in front of the court. But here's the real question. Is any of this actually fair to the children?
Not have to come to court to place himself on child support in order to see his kids, especially when it's for a reason that has nothing to do with them. He's in a new relationship. Obviously, you're mad, and you're just mad because he is in that new relationship, not with you. And because you're mad, you're trying to hold it against him with his kids.
Oh no, that has nothing to do with it.
That's not how it works. Well, that's exactly what it sounds like. I mean, that's what it sounds like, right?
That's what it sounds like, Your Honor. Yep.
I don't want to be with him at all.
No, you don't want him back. You just don't want him to be with anyone else.
Thank you, Your Honor.
That's what it is. I mean, that's what it sounds like. And you can roll your eyes and everything. You know, that doesn't bother me one bit because I can do it too. So, we're going to go ahead and start child support today. You are going to allow him to see the children. It's not a what if, I don't like her, she's a bad influence. It has nothing to do with that. You're going to allow him to see his
This is the moment Amanda gets called out. Big time. Judge Vonderby doesn't sugarcoat it. She makes it crystal clear. The kids have a right to a relationship with their father, and Amanda's personal issues with his new fiancé don't get a say. This isn't about Amanda anymore. The ruling doesn't just hand Mr. Cooper a legal win, it sends a loud message about toxic co-parenting. The judge flips the script, sets firm boundaries, and makes it known, using children as pawns out of spite won't be tolerated in her courtroom. What do you think? Would you have laid down the law like that?
in it.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thanks. And you understand that you're going to be paying child support, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Now, how much money do you make a year?
$48,000.
$48,000. And how old are the children?
12 and 14.
12 and 14. And who covers health insurance for the children?
We have Medicaid, Your Honor.
Okay. So just so you all are aware, Medicaid is not health insurance. It's a benefit provided through the state, to assist with the children going to the doctor and the hospital if needed or anything like that. So that, because it is from a state agency, you are going to have to pay it back to them. Okay.
Okay.
And it's going to be included in your monthly obligation for child support. You understand?
Okay.
Okay. So I have your gross at $4,000 a month, which brings your net to $3,000.
With emotions finally settling down, it's time to look at the numbers. Mr. Cooper earns $48,000 a year, and now the court is figuring out exactly how much of that will go toward child support. Medicaid also comes into play. Judge Vonda breaks it down. Yes, it's a state benefit, but it still needs to be paid back. There's no such thing as a free ride when it comes to government aid, but it's a sobering reality check. Wanting to be in your kids' lives is honorable, but it comes with a price. And in this case, that price is $1,122.50 a month. Did I ask that too much to ask? Or just the cost of doing what's right? Clip
$50.01. So your child support obligation is $762.50. In addition to the Medicaid. So what happens is I have to take 9% of your gross, and that's the amount that you would pay back for Medicaid. That's what the law says has to be done. So 9% of $4,000 gives me $360. So when you add the two together, comes out to $1,122.50 a month. Now, if you were to enroll the children into private health insurance, which I'm sure you can find something a lot cheaper than $360, your child support amount would go down.
Okay.
Okay. So you have the option to do that. If you have private insurance through your employer, or if you want to enroll the children under something outside of your employer, you can do that.
Okay.
Okay. Does that make sense?
It does.
Okay. All right. Do you all have any other questions for me?
No, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Well, if there's nothing further, you all are dismissed.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Judge Vonderby closes the case with one last opportunity for Mr. Cooper. She lets him know he can lower his monthly payments by getting private insurance for the kids. It's a rare moment in court, where instead of just handing down orders, the judge offers a real choice. This case wasn't just about child support. It was about power, parenting, and perspective. As both sides are dismissed, there's a clear shift. Amanda's grip on the situation has been checked, and Mr. Cooper walks out with legal rights and a much clearer path forward. If this case left you speechless too, don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop your thoughts in the comments. What would you have done differently?